Hello everybody! Today we are going to be doing a little bit of a science experiment. We are going to be thinking about the best material to make a boat with, because it's nearly the summer holidays, and in the summer holidays I like to go to the seaside, and one of my favourite things to do at the seaside is to go in a boat and sail out to sea. I have got a very special friend here today. This is Ted, the Teddy. And Ted really wants to have a go at sailing on water in his very own boat. But Ted is lovely and soft and furry, and he definitely does not want to get wet. So we need to find the best boat for Ted to sit in. A boat that will not sink under the water, and a boat that will keep Ted nice and dry. I have made 4 different boats using materials from in my kitchen. MKS number 1 is made with cardboard. I made it with a cardboard box. MKS number 2 is made with plastic. I got an old butter box and I cleaned it and I turned it into a boat. MKS number 3 is made with foam. I used a dish sponge, and MKS number 4 is made from tin foil. I scrunched up my tin foil to make a boat shape. I'm now going to put all 4 boats into water. I'm going to put them in my bath, and I'm going to leave them for 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, we are going to go together to see if any of the boats are still floating on top of the water, if any of them have sunk under the water, and then we can pop Ted into the boats and see what happens. Okay, see you in 10 minutes. Hello everybody, so it's been 10 minutes and Ted and I have come to see what's happened to our boats. Okay, if we start with MKS number 1. Now remember, MKS number 1 was made with cardboard, and if we have a look, MKS number 1 has sunk. It went under the water. Cardboard does not make a very good boat. It sucked up all the water and became too heavy to float on top of the water. But our other 3 boats are still floating. MKS number 2, which was made with plastic, MKS number 3 made with foam, and MKS number 4 made with tin foil are all floating on top of the water. So all of those materials can float. Now, MKS number 3 is made with foam. It does absorb a little of the water, but the top is still dry because it's able to float. So now we can pop Ted onto our different boats and see what happens when he sits on them. Okay, I'm going to start with MKS number 2. So Ted is sitting in MKS number 2. It's still floating on top of the water, and Ted is spinning around. Now let's try MKS number 3. Oh, I think... Oh dear. Ted got a little bit wet. Poor Ted. MKS number 3 can float on top of the water, but if we put anything heavier on top, the boat starts to sink. Let's try MKS number 4. Oh, MKS number 4 is still... Oh, it's starting to sink. Ted is too heavy for MKS number 4, and now it's under the water. So we know that MKS number 2 made the best boat for Ted. So now we know that MKS number 2 made the best boat for Ted. We made it with plastic, which is waterproof. It means the water didn't sink up from the bottom of the boat onto the inside, and the boat didn't sink because it wasn't too heavy. The boat was also big enough that Ted could sit inside it, and the boat still wasn't too heavy that it sunk. It stayed on top of the water, floating. Maybe you could have a go at making your very own boat at home using different materials and seeing if they can float in the bath with you or in a bowl of water. Once you've made your boats, have a go at putting different objects on top and seeing if they still float. And maybe you could send a picture or a video of your boats to your teacher, and we can talk about your learning with you. Until then, see you soon. Bye.